This is a small video on how to use GeoGebra to perform a simple graph analysis. So the first thing you do is you enter your function in the input line. So you could type f of x equals 2x squared minus x plus 3, for example, and press enter. And once you've done that, you can see both the function here in the algebra window, and you can see the graph in the graphics window here. You can change the view over here by moving the whole system like this. You can also size the axis if you want, like this, and if you right click, you can go back to standard view. It's the same as Control M. It goes back to where it started. So what we want to do is that we want to examine the graph. For example, if we want to find the axis intercepts, that's pretty easy. I want to change the look of this, so I'll go -3 instead. I want it down here. So if we want to find the axis intercepts, we can use, well, I think the easiest thing to do is to use the intersect tool here. So what you do is you simply place the cursor, the mouse cursor, over the function and the axis, and you get a label, and when you press enter, it clicks to the grid and it finds the intercept here, which is in -1, 0. So you can see the point coordinates appear over here. The other 0, you do exactly the same. So that's 1.5, 0. You can also find the y-axis intercept in the same way. But that was not a surprise that it was in 0, -3. We know that that the c term over here tells us the y-axis intercept. Okay. If you want to find, for example, a value for a given x, so you want to find the function value for a given x value, you can do more things. For example, if you want to find the function value when x is 2, you can simply type f of 2 down here, press enter, and then it appears over here as a number, a equals 3, which is a bit odd, of course, but if you double click it, you can see that it was actually f of 2. There are other ways to do this. You could also, if you want to see it as a point, you could type as a point coordinate 2, f of 2. Press enter. Then the point appears over here. If you want to see labels of points on the graph, can be useful if you want to use the graph for reports or something like that. You can go into the object properties here. You right click the point over here, object properties, and here where it says show label, right now it's only showing the name. You can choose different things. You can choose name and value, for example, and when you go out here, the point coordinates will appear as well, and you can drag the label around. You can also do that for the zeros, of course. So that solved the problem f of 2 equals 3. If you know that, if you want to find the next value, if you know that y equals 2, for example, and then you want to find the corresponding x values, you do this in the same way as when we use the TI-84. So you make a horizontal line in y equals 2, and you find the intercepts of these here and here. So here, from that you get the solutions. X equals minus 1.35 and 1.85, and again you can make it show both the names and the values. Finally, since this is a parabola, it could be nice if we could find the extremum, or the minimum in this case, or the vertex as it is. There is a command for the extremum, and it's called, well, extremum. So you type extremum, and you simply have to call the name of the function. So in this case it's f. So if you just type f and press enter, it finds the extremum down here. And again, you can label it if you want. In fact, you can also just drag the name from here out on the board. It's another way of doing it. Finally, if you want this graph to show in your Word document or so, you can do that in more ways, but the easiest way to do it is to go to Edit, and one second, yeah, I think it's, yeah, Graphics View to Clipboard. So you choose Graphics View to Clipboard, and then from that you can insert your graph in a Word document, which shows oddly in the video, I know, but let's just do it anyway. Oh, it doesn't work, sorry. Here we go. So that's pretty easy. Now you have a nice graph in your Word document. Okay, that's it.